Did Justin Gaethje knock Dustin Poirier out with an illegal strike at UFC 291? One user set MMA Twitter on fire by wondering if Gaethje's kick was illegal, since slow-mo replay showed Gaethje's foot hitting the back of Poirier's head. Here's what Twitter user MMA Joey said, quote, "I'm not advocating for anything to be done about it, but I watched back Gaethje's head kick KO, and it solely landed on the back of the head or neck of Poirier, which put him to sleep. It's clear as day in the replay. Could this in any universe be used to appeal the loss?" After getting brutally roasted by the MMA community for his quote-unquote casual take, MMA Joey asked referee Big John McCarthy to enlighten him on the rules, and McCarthy was more than happy to oblige. Here's what the veteran referee said, quote, "Well, the shin didn't land on Dustin's chin. It landed on Dustin's arm, which was driven into the head and jawline by the shin. The foot wrapping around towards the back of the head is totally legal." MMA Twitter is a weird world where such out-of-the-box takes are common. For example, Conor McGregor thinks he'd clean Gaethje's clock with one shot. Quote, "Justin Gaethje's about as smart as two planks. He's a one-shotter for me. I snipe him dead in one single shot, and easily." Funny, because McGregor hasn't had a one-punch knockout since his win over Jose Aldo, and Gaethje has a chin so solid that one wonders if he was born with an added layer of protection. Well, the Irishman's call-out of Gaethje has certainly rubbed some people, including Michael Chandler, the wrong way, but Jorge Masvidal seems to be the angriest about it. Why? Well, because McGregor never calls him out. Is he afraid of Street Jesus? Quote, "Conor McGregor, shut your mouth, you pissin' hot midget. You're not cleared to fight. Stop talking about fighters going through the grind and process. I bet you never say my name. You scared." That's one way of shooting your shot. Speaking of shooting your shots, Paige Vanzant has been getting a lot of proposals ever since she left the UFC for a career in modeling, but some people aren't happy with her gaining a bit of weight. But before we dive into that story, please subscribe to Takedown MMA and turn on those notifications. Thank you. When Paige Vanzant signed with the UFC in 2013, she was regarded as one of the best prospects in women's MMA. But between losses and changes in weight classes, she fell down the pecking order and eventually parted ways with the UFC in 2020. She then competed in a couple of bare-knuckle boxing matches, but after facing defeats in her new venture as well, she took a swift and unconventional turn, entering the realm of adult modeling on OnlyFans. Now, while the move has proved to be incredibly lucrative for the former UFC star, it has also made her a subject of regular controversy. Recently, Paige Vanzant shared her before and after party look, and fans didn't like it much. Here's how MMA fans reacted. Quote, "What a waste of talent. Y'all rather pay her OnlyFans instead of watching an elite skill set. This is half y'all weirdos' fault." Another said, "Looked better when you fought, now you're reaching." Another said, "Got them mommy arms now." Another, "Getting thicker than a snicker. Need to get back to focusing more on fighting and less on porn." Another, "So not hot anymore." And one more, "Genuinely starting to look rough." Moving on, Dustin Poirier is gutted to have lost to Justin Gaethje at UFC 291 because he feels like he's the better fighter. The first round of the rematch between Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier was close, with the Diamond winning it on two judges' scorecards. In the second round, however, he was knocked out cold. Losing is one thing, but losing when you're the better fighter hurts.
I feel like I'm the better fighter. I got hit with a great shot, not by luck or chance. He set it up beautifully, and I was just a victim to great technique. I was in the wrong place. I didn't guard myself properly, but I felt very aware the whole fight. I feel like I'm better than him, and I lost. That hurts, But that's fighting, man. It is what it is. What can I do?
Gaethje is now looking forward to a title shot against the winner of Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. So Poirier understands that he wouldn't get a trilogy anytime soon. But that's something he'd love if it happened right away.
I'm just wondering, is this the top, number one choice for you? Would it be to fight him again?
If I can, yeah. But then I look like I'm chasing shit, and obviously he's moving on to bigger and better things now. He doesn't have to fight me, so I don't know. I don't know. Of course, that would be my number one pick. Choose anybody to fight right away.
With so much money on the line, you never know what the UFC would do next. So we can't really rule out the possibility of an immediate rematch between Gaethje and Poirier. But McGregor throwing his name in the mix has certainly made things more complicated. Who do you think Justin Gaethje should fight next? Jiri Prochazka thinks Jamahal Hill only has himself to blame for his injury. The champ recently vacated his belt after tearing his Achilles while featuring in a basketball game during UFC 290 Fight Week. Now, while playing basketball can certainly cause injury, Prochazka thinks Hill putting on extra weight after winning the title was the main reason.
My reaction was, man, what are you doing, man? It happened. Doesn't matter what's the reason if that, but everybody saw like he have like a big weight. He's like turned to a big weight, and especially for the ankles and all these areas like knees, ankles is it's for the body. It's a very big weight. Like if you're turning your weight like more than normal, then the knees and ankles it's bad. So that was the first like logical thing about that.
With or without Hill, the show must go on, especially now that the light heavyweight division has a scary contender like Alex Pereira in its ranks. When asked who he'd like to fight next between Hill and Pereira, this is what Prochazka had to say.
Both of them is strong opponents. Both of them is more like stand-upper. And right now is before me the Pereira. I'm taking the Pereira, best opponent.
With Hill out of the equation, Blachowicz coming off a draw and a loss, and Magomed Ankalaev scheduled to face Johnny Walker, Jiri Prochazka versus Alex Pereira is the title fight to make in the division. Who do you think would win between Prochazka and Pereira? Bad news, fight fans. Kelvin Gastelum is out of his fight against Shavkat Rakhmonov, which was scheduled to co-headline a UFC fight night in September.
Unfortunate news. My fight with Shavkat Rakhmonov is off. I received an elbow that resulted in an open fracture and a few bones that came out fractured. And I have to apologize to everybody that's been, everybody was excited for this fight. I apologize to everybody. My apologize to Shavkat Rakhmonov and his team. I feel bad. I feel very horrible about this unfortunate incident.
Shavkat still wants to fight Gastelum, and he's offered him a fight at UFC 294 in Abu Dhabi. Here's what Shavkat said in a tweet, quote, "Pinata, I agree to fight you in your territory on Mexican Independence Day in an arena full of your supporters. And it's not my problem you can't do it now. It's your turn to accept to fight me in my territory in Abu Dhabi at UFC 294. Or did you realize it was a bad idea just now?" Normally, bone fractures take somewhere around 4 to 6 weeks to heal, so Shavkat's offer for a fight at UFC 294 in October isn't unreasonable, although the UFC would already have started searching for an opponent for the Nomad. Who do you think Shavkat Rakhmonov should fight next? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. To stay up to date with the latest happenings in the world of mixed martial arts and boxing, please subscribe to Takedown MMA and turn on those notifications. Thanks, as always, for your continued love and support, and we'll see you in the next one.